Shwmai a croeso cynnes, and welcome to the What's Your Story podcast. I'm James Owen, a Welsh filmmaker and storyteller, and I'm passionate about sharing stories. This podcast is all about business owners sharing their journey, and we'll be speaking with directors, entrepreneurs and creatives from all across Wales to learn from their experiences. We believe everyone has a story to tell. What's your story? Shwmai, croeso I What's Your Story, and today I'm very excited to have an exciting conversation with a young person. And I think I say that about most of my guests, but this guy is very young. He's younger than me. He's about half my age. Makes me feel old after just turning 30. But today we have the winner of Young Entrepreneur of the Year for the Carmarthenshire Business Awards. This man has stepped up his game in setting up his very first business when he's 13. And I can't believe it. He's just started college. He's 16 years old. He's an entrepreneur. And today in the studio for What's Your Story is Lewis Thomas. Croeso, Lewis. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
It is great to be here. And you're making me feel so old, mate. The fact that you're 16 and you've come on the podcast, it's mind-blowing. So have you got college later? You had a free lesson this morning?
No, I'm only in on Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
And the rest of the time you're running the business. Busy man. So for those who are watching the podcast, Lewis, listening, tuning in, could you explain to the listeners what do you get up to in your day-to-day? Obviously, you're in college and you've got the business. What can a typical week look like for you, mate? Okay,
so typical week. My business is Chickwood Poultry, and it's a poultry business, which is chickens. So I started off when I was 13. It's just unfortunately my uncle died in 2022, which made my grandparents give me a few chickens on the yard to take over, and I started selling eating eggs. I had about 10 hens, and I was having about maybe 30 eggs a week, which was a bit of pocket money really. But it got boring, so I thought I might expand and try something new. So I went on loads of Facebook groups and started studying what other people are doing at 13. And then I started buying in more hens then to my main run to sell more eating eggs. So that took off really, and I started selling about 300 eggs a week to family and friends in the local community. So then...
And is that like your first year of business?
Yeah, that's the first 6 months, I'd say.
Wow. And you were still in school?
Yeah, I was in year 8, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had a very successful first 6 months. Talking about the day-to-day, Chickwood Poultry, that is the business. For those, because to me, I was thinking poultry was poultry, chicken, right? There's a lot of arms to the business, and we can maybe break that down a bit later in our conversation. Where did you get the name from, Chickwood?
So my farm in Welsh is called Coed Cywfawr Farm. So that is Chickwood in English. So I thought I'd use a bit of the farm's name to make my own business name, as it's based on a farm, obviously. So yeah. I thought that'd be a good idea.
It is quite good. So have you got the branding in Welsh as well? Or is it all in English?
No, it's all English at the moment, but hopefully, maybe in the future.
Hey, bilingual, get it in there.
Yeah.
But Chickwood, I like that. It's a unique name. In fact, I was talking about you, this week, I was talking to a friend I was doing some filming for, and he said, have you heard of that guy? Yeah. So your name's getting out there. So Chickwood Poultry is simply chicken. So you haven't got sheep?
No.
Have you got cows?
So the farm that's being rented is beef and sheep. So I do have a bit of experience on that side, but the business itself is just poultry, chickens.
Just chickens.
Eggs, chickens, chicks, pullets. It's like a lot of things to do with poultry in the business. Yeah. So it's a bit of everything.
So you said you started this when sadly you lost your uncle. Your family now, have they come from a background of farming?
Yeah, so my mother was born on the farm. My uncle, obviously, and my grandparents have always lived on the farm. It's been farmed, I think, 82 years by the same family.
Wow.
So 5th generation, I am.
Your 5th generation?
Yeah, on the farm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I just want to carry it on, basically.
The history of the farm, was this historically dairy? Was it cattle? Or has it been different things over the years?
Yeah, it has been different things. Sheep, beef, sheep, dairy and beef most recently, before starting to rent the farm. So yeah, we have tack sheep in the winter, and the farm that's renting our farm is beef. Yeah.
Yeah, good. So lots of things going on, and 5th generation. It's incredible. So you had these chickens that needed looking after. You went and did something with it. You were selling lots of eggs, and then you got bored after 6 months.
Yeah, so I thought I'd want to expand, because when I started selling about 300 a week, I saw that there could be some money in it, and I just started to expand a bit more by buying more hens in, but also buying breeding groups in, which for the viewers that don't know what that is, it's 5 hens and a cockerel usually.
That's a breeding group, is it?
Breeding group, yeah. 5 hens and a cockerel, which is, the hens are the females and the cockerel is a male. So you fertilise the eggs when the cockerel services the hens.
What does service mean?
Basically sex.
Ah! I had to get you to say that on camera.
Yeah. So when they service the hens, that means the hens lays is fertilised. And for the people that want to hatch eggs from my breeding stock, that's called hatching eggs. And I started selling them Facebook in the first year. It was just a bit small scale, just trying to find out how to do it, what was happening, and if there was any money in it, and what breeds I'd like to do. So there's different pure breeds you can breed, and some of them are more popular than others. Some of them lay less eggs, but more pretty, more eggs, and less pretty, you say.
Okay. And when you say servicing, right, is that a term people use in the industry in poultry?
Yeah, it's just a bit nicer word to say, really.
Sounds like your car's going in for an MOT. It's going in for a service.
Yeah.
And with the different breeds, right? So, because to me, I mean, ironically, I don't like eggs. I like eggs in things like pancakes, cakes, right? I love it in a baked good, right? Because there's probably eggs in everything. I know some people who are not lactose. What do you call it when you can't eat eggs? Or you're allergic to eggs? There's it.
I got to be honest, I don't like eggs myself.
Well, you are a hypocrite, mate.
Yeah.
You don't like eggs and you're selling them. My point was more on there's different breeds, right? So does some taste better than others? Or what's the difference? Like, to me, an egg is an egg.
Yeah, well, you're right, basically. It's no egg tastes different. Maybe you see your commercial egg farms, which are not free range. The yolk is yellow and less flavour, some people say, which is true. I also keep guinea fowls in my main run. Do you know what they are?
No, I don't know what a guinea fowl
is. They're like originated from Africa. It's same like a hen, but they're really loud. And I used to have problems with hawks and foxes, and they keep them away.
Do they?
So yeah, I haven't had any problems since I had them. But they also lay eggs, and they're really nice for my grandfather's diabetes. It's actually really good for diabetes.
Never. Yeah. Okay. So there's some health benefits to some of these eggs. Interesting. Okay. So yeah, like you said, you think an egg is an egg. But interesting on that. So, because people, when we're looking to buy goods and services, right, mainly goods and foods, I think people are becoming ever more sort of inquisitive in where we buy things from. We want to know where they come from, right? Because we want to know where that's coming from. Because if you're, let's say, fast food, right? People eat fast food all the time. They don't know where it's coming. It's processed meat or what? You've got all these question marks, right? But you can say with your chicks, I'm guessing they are free range.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between free range and non-free range?
So the free range means that the hens have access to fresh grass or just outside, so they can forage, and that makes a lot of nutrients for the hen, which makes the eggs better. But with your commercial poultry farms, some of them are not free range, so they just keep all the hens in a big shed, about 30,000 depending on the size of the shed, obviously. But and they don't have a free range outside, so they're basically just keeping the hens for just loads of eggs. Just every day they lay an egg. So yeah, they can be less nutritious. Nutritious, yeah. So yeah, the more, if the hens are free range, the more yellow the yolk is, which means.
So are there some poultry farms, and you're talking like probably supermarket scale now, are there some that claim they're free range? Is there like an exception where they've got a certain amount of distance which makes it claim free range? I'm sure some people can maybe bend the rules.
Yeah, I probably think it happens. Like, I wouldn't say some of the eggs you buy in shops, maybe with the free range package, the hens probably aren't free range, or they're free range, but they're like really, there's not enough space for them maybe, and they're not living the best life.
But you've got happy hens.
Yeah. We've got about a half-acre paddock type thing. It's just fenced area, with a lot of grass, and there's a shed at the bottom of it where the hens stay in the night to protect them from like foxes, etc. So yeah, our hens are free range, totally free range. They're out all day, every day.
In the rain?
Yeah, but with the avian flu restrictions, sometimes you have to keep them in. So they put like, they send you emails or through magazines, you read them, that the avian flu is back and you have to keep them inside. So sometimes they're inside with me, depending on the rules.
Have you had any sort of instances or breakouts of this type of flu yet?
No, luckily not.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm away from that at the moment. Yeah.
Okay, so you've given me a great breakdown in the sort of the development. So, 6 months in, the business was doing very well. You got bored and you wanted to see if, you could make some money. So you've now grown this business from the first year into developing lots of different, shall we call it, products, right? Because you're selling the eggs themselves for people to buy and eat, but also you were selling the hatching eggs.
Yeah, so I have a lot of different aspects and products to the business, you could say. My eating eggs are for the families and friends in the community, where you actually eat the eggs, obviously. Hatching eggs then is where I was telling you about the breeding groups, and you sell them. I've been selling them to various places through the post, mostly through eBay last year, but unfortunately they've banned that due to them being live animals, which I would disagree with totally.
Do you send them along email?
No, I didn't, but I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, and a lot of people have totally stopped because they can't sell them anywhere else. So through this winter now, I need to research really where to sell them next year.
Because eBay would probably be a good market because of the sort of spread of...
Yeah.
But then if they're not doing it, you've got to find another way, perhaps.
So through eBay, I was selling them to like loads of places, like China, Ireland, Scotland, England, Yorkshire. So yeah,
literally all over the world.
Literally, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. From Llannon.
Yeah.
Carmarthenshire.
Yeah.
Go to China. Wow. You'd think they'd have eggs in China, surely.
Yeah, it's just maybe the breeds I have are not in China.
Really?
Yeah. So they come and pay a lot of postage.
So what are the different breeds you cover with the hatching eggs?
So last year I was doing black Australops. So they're an Australian, originated in Australia, big black type bird. And then in my other shed then I had white Leghorns, and in the other shed I had gold lace Barnevelders. So it's a bit of a mix of everything just for everyone's taste. I try to make them most very contrasting type of breeds. So when people want to come and people message me about hatching eggs, I can give them a lot of different types.
They're not all the same then?
No.
Or similar?
No. Yeah. So yeah, that's the breeding group type of bit with the hatching eggs. And then about my first year in, I started hatching like my own eggs and also buying in day-old chicks, which are the little chicks, and then I'd grow them up to about 4 months old at point of lay age, which point of lay means when a chicken is at their start of lay age, where they start laying eggs. So a lot of backyard people want them to start off, maybe.
So how old are they when they're in that period?
4 months.
4 months?
Around 4 months, yeah. So that's what I did with the day-old chicks. But you can also sell them at about 2 months. So some people like to see them growing and then see them lay in. So like they like to see them growing in their own environment with them. So depends what the buyer wants, really. So I just wanted to create a lot of different products.
So you got good customer service, you cater to the needs. Very. And how many chickens have you had at the most in Chickwood?
So it really fluctuates, like the amount I have. Like at the moment now, going into winter, I try to cut down. So I'm on about 75 now. Because I just want eating eggs for the winter, because the breeding stops in the winter due to the cold, and the chicks, if you can hatch them out, but if you hatch them out, they don't tend to survive because of the cold, and it's really expensive to keep heat lamps on, all winter.
Fantastic. And what's the most you've had? So 75 in the winter now with your eating eggs?
I'd say about 300, 400 hens.
Flipping heck.
Because in the winter I buy in then 100 odd day-old chicks. I grow them up in all the free sheds I've got because the breeding groups have gone. So I put all the little chicks that have grown up in those sheds, grow them up, and then I sell all my pointer lays around February time then. So going into the summer where they lay a bit better.
And going back to when you started the business, you started earning money. You were a turnover £4,000 in your first year?
Yeah, in the first year, yeah.
And all that money then, has that gone into reinvesting in the business? So all the hatching, the day-old chicks, you've bought all that from the money you've earned in the business?
Yeah, all in the business money type. So in the first year, I was spending a lot because I needed a lot of stuff to expand.
Well, you do when you start a business, right? You need to invest and you buy equipment and
Yeah,
things, isn't it?
So, such as incubators. I didn't really have any top-tier incubators. So I bought 2 56-egger incubators. So I could have 110 eggs then in at a time. So I'd hatch 110 chicks. Well, it doesn't really work out like that, but because some don't hatch, but yeah. Sometimes the fertility's low. Depends where you buy them from, really.
And that's important because obviously the more fertile, the more probability of it developing and hatching.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you had a good start to the year. You've expanded. You've thought of different products, and you've been getting your name out there. I saw you at the Carmarthenshire Business Awards this year, winning an award. It was funny because I was reading the programme and I was like, I started a business when you were 13, and you got up on stage. You won the award, and I was like cheering for you. Diane boy from Carmarthenshire winning, young lad. And he was stood on stage having a photo. He's not 13. There's no way he's 13. I think they then corrected you and said, yeah, no, he's 16 now.
Yeah. So I've been doing it for 3 years now. 4th year starts in January, so I do my calendar years on the spreadsheet, and every week I do ingoings and outgoings on spreadsheets with my mother.
You're on it then. You're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, and we have a lot of different. So we have, with all the day-old chicks and the eggs, we have a category for all of them. So I know how much money I'm making from them each year, and if I'm doing it right or if I'm doing it wrong, I have to change it next year.
So you know from what breeds you're selling and things, what's most profitable?
Say if a breed now I was keeping last year in one of the sheds wasn't selling as much as the 2 breeds, I'd get rid of them and maybe start a new breed next year, which I have done. So,
what's your best seller? Hatching eggs.
Hatching eggs, I'd probably say black Australops, or last year was black copper Moran. So they lay really dark brown eggs, and a lot of people were wanting them, and yeah, you can never get enough of them.
Wow.
So there's certain breeds where people just go mad for.
They go crazy for. But it's great. You're on top of your numbers. You're looking at your numbers. You've got a spreadsheet to track all that. bonkers at such a young age, mate. That's brilliant. But as you were saying, you were very fortunate to win that award, and not only win an award, you've also been and competed in shows. So tell me about some of your latest achievements, then, Lewis.
So yeah, Ponte de Lice show was a month ago maybe. So I sponsored the egg classes there, and I sponsored the poultry tent. So that got my name out there and promoted my name really in a big show like that. And I also, well, because of the avian flu this year, you couldn't enter actual hens and females into the show to actually show. So it was egg classes I sponsored. So yeah, I kind of had first, second, and third in my own egg classes.
It's a fix.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a big thing. Tuesday then this week I was on BBC Radio Wales talking about my business, so I had to do that in English and Welsh. So yeah, that's
we'll do the Welsh one after this, shall we?
Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. So you're on radio this week. For me, I'm not, I grew up in sort of YFC culture, young farmers clubs for those. I had lots of mates when I was younger, farmers. In fact, I did a few shifts milking some cows. Yeah, I did. My mate, Rydian Young Man. Do you know Rydian Young Man? Young Mans? Anyway, from Llanelli. Rydian was a relief milker. So he'd get bored one day, and we were up on, this must be when I was about 16, 17. A friend of mine, Hugh Ross.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah. So he had a dairy farm up there. He's still there, obviously. And Rydian would be like, "Oh, do you want to come help me on the farm?" He'd be making all the money, and I'd be helping him out. So he'd be getting paid for doing half the work. But it was good fun. But yeah, so for Ponte de Lice show, right? I mean, I live in Llanelli. Ponte de Lice only across the bridge. Is that is that something that's quite reputable in the sort of farming community?
Yeah, I'd say so. In the local type of communities, obviously, people don't travel to come there. It's not like massive.
So would like the Royal Welsh for you be like a, something you'd love to show?
Yeah, definitely. But avian flu again is just tough, innit? I could enter stock there next year, hopefully, maybe, if they bring down the restrictions, obviously. But, I wanted to say it's not all about the business for me. I enjoy doing stuff other than poultry, I'd say. I go fishing a lot. I had my first Welsh Cup this year in fly fishing. And also football, play football for Drwach. So yeah, fishing and football takes up, I'd probably say, more than my poultry business.
Does it really?
Yeah. And obviously school and college.
Oh yeah, we forgot that.
Yeah. So I have to with my GCSEs, it was quite hard because I have to revise a lot because of mum.
Because of mum.
But yeah, I done quite well in my GCSEs, so it wasn't like...
Well, you got into college, so you must have done that right.
Yeah.
Good. So you're in college now, first year. This is all fresh to you, new environment. What does the next two years look like for you, for your business and you personally?
So, in the next 2 years, I'm hoping to expand a bit more on my breeding groups because that's been really, really, how would you say it? Very good,
successful.
Successful.
Yeah.
It's been really successful to the business. I've sold about 1,100 hatching eggs this year. So that was really, really good for the business. And eBay, obviously. Now I've stopped that, so I have to research now this winter, obviously, to try and find another platform, really, to sell my hatching eggs.
Because if that's bringing you most of your business, then obviously it's working, right? If you can't use eBay, you're gonna have to look at another solution to keep the income coming in. Thankfully, you're somebody who is quite young, so you probably don't rely on it financially to survive. But who knows in a few years' time where that might take you? It's quite tough being a farmer these days, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I have made quite a bit of mistakes in the business.
Tell me about those mistakes, because we all learn from our mistakes in business.
I wasn't really well I wasn't really very knowledgeable when I started on poultry. So when I bought in hens, I didn't know I had to, like, sometimes when you buy from other farmers, they have diseases, say, and when you bring other hens in, you've got to keep them separate to see, like, if they got a disease, maybe they'll just die straight away, like, when you buy them. So I didn't know that, and I had, like, really, really good stock in my stables at the time. And I bought new hens, they brought them to the farm. I put them straight in with my stock in the stables, and the next week maybe, you have this, like, disease where all their feathers droop down. And yeah, by the next week they were all dead, basically.
Never.
And that was, like, a big, big loss.
And how much money, do you know how much money you spent on the...
Say it was about a £700 loss.
Yeah, that's
But, like,
that's a big mistake.
because I'm 16, it does.
Yeah.
Mum says, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, I'm learning.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about the money, really. It's more like just knowing what to do. But obviously the money matters. Like, but I'm just enjoying it, really.
That's good. But if you had a bigger business in the future, which I'm sure you're very entrepreneurial, so I could imagine you're going to be doing. It might not even be poultry. You might do this for a few years and then it's something else.
I think I'll always have this on the side.
Yeah.
Like, it'll just bring in money for me, on the side to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
but what that's taught you as a lesson, it's something you can learn from. And when you're going to be making your next business decision in the next business, or as you progress this, you learn from those mistakes. Because if you're going to rely on some point that the business or a business is going to finance your life, like I'm in this game, right? I don't have any income from any other job. This is my income. So if the business doesn't do very well, I still got bills to pay. So you might get in that position in the future where a £700 loss might hit you quite hard.
A lot more.
You haven't got something to fall back on. But because you've learned those sort of lessons, and it's just the case of from a breeding perspective, or just the species is knowing, right, you're more clued up now. I wouldn't have a clue about diseases, and you're talking about these restrictions, right? There's a lot of things in place for a reason to protect animals or protect farms and spread of disease. There's quite a lot to know about, isn't there? And you would have learnt all these things, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know anything to start, really. I was just taking over some hens and selling eating eggs. So, but yeah, I just learned from my mistakes, basically, which sounds quite bad. A lot of money lost, but at the end of the day, it's more money making now. Like, you get me?
But imagine you're running a bigger business and you have a £7,000 loss.
Yeah, that's massive. Like, but obviously, if I'm doing this business and I have I doubt I'll have a £7,000 loss because I've learned from my mistakes. I don't think I'll do anything really wrong now.
You've mastered it.
Yeah.
Good, Lewis. So you've been to lots of different event shows. You were asked to speak at an event more recently as well with the Rotary. Do you enjoy talking about your business?
Yeah, I'd say I'm not the nervous type of person. Like, I wouldn't say I enjoy speaking in front of people about my business, but I don't mind doing it. Like, my mother helps me with it a bit, but I do like seeing people, like, taking an interest in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I do like talking to people about my business, especially like this now, like people who actually want to know about stuff where they don't know anything.
What do your friends think about the business?
In school, I wouldn't say a lot of people took notice of it. A lot of people would say, like, how's your business going on? But like, they knew about it, but they weren't, like, really invested. They didn't really care about it. So I was, like, low profile in school, basically. Like, I wasn't bragging or anything that I've got a business. Like, I'd say only my friends really knew. I had quite a big friend group in school, like 25 maybe. Yeah. So I'd say they all knew, but they didn't really care.
They must have all known. They must have known about the award you won, surely.
Yeah. A lot of people have known about that. But yeah, in school, I didn't really. No one really cared, really. But I like that. Like, I didn't want all the attention in school. Like,
Because I bet there's probably not a lot of people in your classes and your year group who have got businesses themselves.
Oh, also, they didn't really know what I was doing, so they couldn't ask questions. They didn't really know what a poultry business was. Like.
Yeah. But if you say eggs, they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Good.
A lot of people were asking for eggs, like teachers and everything. But I'm just full on customers on eggs. I just need to expand my main run, really.
It's good to see that, you're young, you're enjoying what you're doing, you're having fun in the process. And I think for me, that is that's a really important thing, because I think when people start businesses, they get really excited early on. And I think it's easy starting a business. Sustaining a profitable business, that's another thing, right? It's making money to reinvest, to pay the bills. But at those points in business, when you get past your first year, like you said, after 6 months, you got bored, right? It does have that sort of effect. But to see that you're enjoying it now, and it gives you the freedom to do the other things you enjoy in life, it's really good. It's really good to see that. And you're now studying agriculture in Coleg Cigar?
Gelliair. Yeah, in Llandilo. So I've just started my NVQ level 3 there. Yeah, it's going really good. I just started 2 weeks ago, and there's a lot of trips, so I'm enjoying that. Yeah.
Enjoy the trips. Is there a trip? Is there a college trip to Chickwood Poultry?
Maybe in the future, yeah.
Hey, who knows? Who knows? So, after college, where could you see yourself going? Do you think that, farming, you want to carry on the legacy of the family, 5th generation? Would you want there to be a 6th generation and raise your kids in that sort of industry?
100%. I couldn't really see myself living elsewhere. I'm that type of guy. I've been there so much and I enjoy it so much that I just can't see myself going anywhere else. Like, I'll go to New Zealand for a year maybe, just learning more about farming out there and maybe how I could integrate it into farming here. But yeah, after my NVQ level 3, I really want to kick on with a farm maybe. With all the business, with all the money I've made from the business, I'd like to put that into starting up the farm basically. So.
And all this money you've raised, you've spent it in the business, but you haven't spent any of it on yourself.
No, I haven't spent a penny of it. No.
So you've probably got a couple of quid in the bank. Probably got more money than me. If you sold 1,000 eggs, was it last year? You said, or was it 1,000 hens?
1,100 hatching eggs last year, about 500.
Yeah, you've definitely got more money than me, mate. So you're going to save it up. You don't know what you're going to do, but you're thinking maybe putting it into some sort of business in farming.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So the whole point of me going to NVQ level 3 in Gelliair is just to learn more about the farming side, because I haven't had much experience since I was about 10, maybe, in the farming industry. So I just want to learn a bit more about that and what I should go into maybe on the farm and what's the most profitable, enjoyable, obviously. But yeah, that's the whole point, really. I'm really looking forward.
I think being Welsh, there's a part of our identity that farming fits in that. We got so much land. We're proud of our agriculture. It's people always make the joke whenever I visit other countries, and there's a lot of sheep there. You get the whole jokes about sheep, right? It's just part of our identity, I think. Agriculture, land, looking after this land. But you growing up now, farming. I was talking earlier about my mate helping him on the dairy farm, right? And this is the sort of real thing. Somebody I know who owns and runs a farm works full time now in education, because there's not enough money to be made in farming. So, why are you passionate about? You said just now you couldn't imagine doing anything else, but yet being a farmer in Wales today is so tough. What is it that you can see that there's actually an opportunity? Because if I was your age and I was growing up in a sort of 5th generation farming family, I don't think I'd want to be a farmer, if I'm honest.
Well, yeah, a lot of people say that, but fair enough if I didn't make a lot of money out of this. Like, I take this opportunity with this business to learn maybe. If this didn't work out, then I'd say, "Ooh, I got it." take a step back maybe. I still live on the farm, maybe rent it out to the people that want to farm, but I've found in this business maybe there is a bit of money in it, and I'm really enjoying it. Like, it's not like it's a chore for me. So yeah, I just want to learn loads of new aspects and create just a different type of business.
Yeah. So, okay, are you thinking more your typical dairy and livestock business models of farming? Are you thinking that should more young farmers think about farming businesses differently, like poultry farms?
Yeah. So, well, it's tough to say really. Like, I don't really know what I want to do yet. It's just well, as I said, Gelli Aur is going to help me with that, hopefully. And New Zealand, if I go to New Zealand, that's going to really help, because what they're doing out there is probably a lot different to what we do here, and maybe I can integrate that into what we do here. So yeah, I think by the end I'll have a lot of different ideas, and I'll come to a conclusion probably. Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably putting you on the spot here and giving you a hard time because you're literally 16. But yeah, for me, it's like, I want us as Wales to have, a real successful agricultural sector. It is very, very tough, very challenging. For me to know of somebody in Carmarthenshire that they're just saying there's not enough money in farming. It's sad to hear that, because the food, we need the food. And actually, if you think about Carmarthenshire, right, I'm sure I've seen some statistics in around growing food here, because we could grow all our food in Carmarthenshire here, right here. We have the resource, we have the land. In fact, with the rain we have, I'm sure there's a lot of nutrition going on with it within the soil, with the sort of climate that we have. We are able to do that. But yeah, it's just sad for me to hear about farmers having a tough time and farms closing down because they've got the bills to pay. It's a tough game, but I like your sort of attitude. Do you know what? Going to give it a go, going to learn. Maybe they're doing something really good in New Zealand and we'll bring it to Wales.
Yeah, I think that's a real possibility. Yeah.
So good. I'd love to ask you, Lewis, we've got to hear a bit about your story now. And I've got to hear that, in your short time, 3 years running your business, it's blown my mind. If you could learn from other, maybe businesses, if you could sit down and have a conversation with somebody that you just want to maybe pick their brains, ask them loads of questions. Maybe somebody in the farming game has been really influential, really inspirational, and it could even be fictional. So I always ask this question on the podcast. Whose story would you love to hear?
That's a tough question, I gotta say.
It is a
There's
tough
like
question.
a lot of people I look up to. I'd probably say I really like the story of Jeremy Clarkson, but like I don't see that as like being a really profitable thing, but it's really good to like watch and learn for farmers coming into it as well. Like it's really like informative, like to how you can make money, but also the mistakes he's doing so you cannot make them. Like
and he makes some big mistakes, did he?
Yeah, I just really enjoy watching doing that. I'd love to have a conversation with him, really.
You'd rather Jeremy over Caleb?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeremy's the one.
I like both of them, though.
They're both good. It's a great TV program. You can't knock it. I think it's really entertaining. But what I do love about it is, as part of the, I'm a filmmaker, right? So I watch these things and I analyze the scripting, the shot types, and all these things. But you can see that it's not just entertainment. There is some value in there's a lesson to be learned of that, because actually he's using his platform to fight for the farmers. And part of what I'm bringing up with, the issues around farming, Jeremy Clarkson's at the front of it, right? So Labour, in this current government we have in the UK, they've made changes to the inheritance tax, which for people going after people like Jeremy, who maybe buy some farmland to hide or evade tax, or however you want to put it, right? It's a tax advantage to buy a farm. But then for maybe somebody like yourself, if you would inherit a lot of land, a lot of farm, that would hit you quite quite tough if the inheritance laws or the taxes are still in place in 6 years' time when you might inherit something. So it's quite tough. So I love what it's entertaining, but actually he is using his platform to really celebrate the farmers, and not just in Wales, across the UK, obviously. But yeah, Jeremy, you think that'd be good to have a conversation with him?
Yeah, it's like a good contrast, isn't it? Like the informative side to it, but also the enjoyable side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd really like to. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can get in touch with Jeremy Clarkson. Yeah, Lewis, it's been great to have you share your own personal story. And you're 16, you're literally half my age, and already you've achieved so much in 3 years of running your business. Yeah, you should be very proud of what you've achieved. And look out, Carmarthenshire, look out, Wales. Yeah, this man has done some great things. And yeah, who knows what you will do through your business, whether it's Coed Cyw Fawr Farm, Chickwood Poultry, or anything else you put your hand to. Yeah, it's great to see that a young person enjoys what they do, and yeah, you want to succeed in business. So yeah, what's next over the next coming 6 months? You started college. What are you going to focus on especially in business, over the next couple of months?
Because I got 2 days off now with college, there's a lot more time on my hands.
When you're not fishing.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's on the weekends maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot more time on my hands. So I'd like to just expand even further, maybe like have more breeding groups possibly, but also really expand on the point of lays, because that's what gets your name out there more, I'd say, because a lot of people, like, they buy like 3 or 4, so when you have like about 600, that's a lot of customers to like get your name out there. So yeah, I really want to expand in these coming years. I think I'll have a lot more time on my hands, I think.
Great.
So yeah, but also in the local communities and stuff, there's so much asking for eggs. I'll have to expand the like main run and get some more hens in there, just for eating eggs. Like, there is quite a bit of money in eating eggs. Like, you wouldn't think there is. A lot of people complaining about the feed and stuff, but personally I don't see that a problem at the moment. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward, and you'll see what's to come, really.
Yeah, exciting to see. And if anyone watching, listening to What's Your Story, if they want to buy some eggs, or they want to buy some hatching eggs, breeding eggs, I don't know, you're just crazy about eggs. If people want to buy eggs, where can they go to? Have you got a shop? Have they got to turn up at your house? Where can they get them?
So I'm on Facebook. That's my main platform. It's called Chickwood Poultry. You should see it on the podcast, the name.
We'll plug it for you, mate.
Spell it, yeah. I've also just started TikTok and Instagram. So those I'm hoping to expand. So if you can give me a follow, that'll be much appreciated. And I'm also hoping to have a website online for next year. That just brings in more customers, I'd say. I've had a lot of people come to me and say that's really good to expand your business. So I'm hoping to research that with my mother this winter now to hopefully integrate it into my business.
With your agent?
Yeah.
How much have I got to pay your mother to get you on the podcast today now?
Nothing, it's fine.
Or a few eggs?
Yeah.
Lewis, yeah, we'll definitely plug all that, your platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We'll get that across to our viewers so they can reach out, follow you, do like and subscribe to this podcast if you're watching YouTube or Spotify. But yeah, do like and share Lewis's content with Chickwood Poultry, Coed Cyw Fawr Farm. Go and support a young person in business. In fact, the young entrepreneur of the year for 2025 in Carmarthenshire. We should be supporting and championing people like Lewis. And Lewis, I'm very grateful you've taken time out of your busy schedule with college and fishing and football and all those things. Diolch am dod. Gwerthfawrogi amser ti i ddod ma heddi a pob lwc i ti yn y dyfodol.
Diolch yn fawr, thank you very much.